What's good, people? Welcome back to another episode on my channel. It's your boy Elijah. So, in the middle of this bloodbath of the cryptocurrency space since May 12th, one currency coin, Cardano, has been doing pretty well. It doubled since May 12th that the market really took a big hit. So, today we're going to dive deeper into what it actually is Cardano, how efficient really is it. We're going to also compare it to the top two dogs, Bitcoin and Ethereum, and we're going to get a better sense of what Cardano is and what it could actually accomplish. And then we're going to end things off with a price prediction because I know you all love to hear what that could be. Before we get into the content for today, make sure you smash that like button because it helps me continue to bring you amazing videos like this where we get to dissect really important information in the cryptocurrency space and get a better picture of the investments that we make. So without further ado, today we're going to get straight into it. So as we talked about, the bull run was very great for Cardano overall. It's seen over 1,100% gains year to date. So from January up until today that we're talking. So the three major catalysts that have pushed Cardano all the way to where it's at today is number one, the crypto bull market in general, because of the devaluation of currency when it comes to fiat currency in the world. We see the dollar losing its power, and a lot of other countries also have problems with their currency. Number 2 point is Coinbase adding Cardano to its platform on March 19th. So as you know, Coinbase is the largest asset management platform when it comes to cryptocurrency, with over $200 billion in their platform from people owning wallets on Coinbase. The third point today, which is the most recent catalyst for why Cardano went up since May 12th, doubling, was Tesla's decision to suspend accepting Bitcoin for Tesla due to massive energy requirements. So we're going to take a closer look. So as you can see here, Elon Musk basically stated Tesla has suspended vehicle purchases using Bitcoin. We are concerned about rapidly increasing use of fossil fuels for Bitcoin mining. Huge point there. And transactions, especially coal, which has the worst emissions by any fuel. Cryptocurrency is a good idea on many levels. Second good point there. And we believe it has a promising future, but this cannot come at the great cost of the environment. That's another good point. Finally, Tesla will not be selling any Bitcoin. Another huge point to continue to focus on, and we intend to use it for transactions as soon as mining transitions to more sustainable energy. We are also looking at other cryptocurrencies that use less than 1% of Bitcoin's energy and transaction. So that's the final point that is very relevant to today's topic. They're looking at other cryptocurrencies that use less than 1%. For the sake of a brief overview and to make sure we're all on the same point here, Bitcoin and Ethereum and the entire blockchain world really kind of got its rise in the 2010s. But then we saw Ethereum kind of redefine what it meant to be a cryptocurrency by introducing something called a smart contract. And since then, Ethereum has been more dominant in the cryptocurrency space, and it's able to introduce new things to us, such as decentralized finance, because of the applications that are able to be built on top of Ethereum's infrastructure. So today we're talking about Cardano, which is also an alternative because it has a feature, the same thing, smart contracts. And as you can see, the goal for Cardano is to basically make a digital platform free from financial middlemen. And it's going to be more inclusive and sustainable than other blockchain platforms. The one winning ingredient that they do say they have is it is peer-reviewed and academically developed by a group of experts on the field. So we're talking of engineers, academics, and also the co-founder of Ethereum itself. What is Cardano actually? So we know Cardano is just a project overall, like any other blockchain projects out there. It's peer-to-peer transaction, and it has a layer architecture of smart contracts, again, that we talked about, which makes it possible for you to build a platform on top of it. So a smart contract, basically how it works is it takes away the middleman in any situation. For example, let's say I want to buy something from you, and then in order for us to facilitate our trade and make sure one person doesn't scam the other, we give it to, let's say, some other person, and we call this other person the bank. So then when we give the money to the other person called the bank, and then you give the product to the bank as well that I need from you in return, once the bank has both of our items, the bank facilitates the trade for the two of us, and make sure no one gets scammed. So that currently is the middleman. So a smart contract in this day and age is basically an AI or robot that facilitates that trade instead of a middleman, eliminating the need for the high fees that will be charged by a real middleman. So in this case, we're going to have a smart contract. Whenever I send my money over to the smart contract and you send your product over to the smart contract as well, it knows that, okay, both parties have facilitated this trade, and it makes sure each person gets the item back. So that basically that's what a smart contract is, and that's what makes Cardano and Ethereum so powerful. So we're going to move on today because I don't want to get too deep into it. We just basically gave a better look at what smart contracts really do. So what you're going to be investing in if you were to buy Cardano is called ADA tokens. So this is Cardano's actual assets. So whenever you actually own a piece of the network, it is ADA Cardano that you own. This is what allows you to make those peer-to-peer transfers that you see that makes the network liquid. And in order for this network to be growing and to be more liquid, there's something called staking that has to be involved in this, which means people owning more coins and facilitating more trades and making sure there's more network effect going on inside of it. So now let's talk about the roadmap ahead for Cardano, because this is what is going to be very, very important in terms of understanding fundamentally what Cardano hopes to accomplish. And this is going to give you a better picture of what it could actually be valued at in the future. So let's start off with Byron Foundation era. So this is the early stages of Cardano when it was first laid out. It began in 2017 and basically enabled the buying and selling of ADA on a federated network powered by Ouroboros Consensus Protocol, the first proof-of-stake protocol built, bringing more people into the Cardano network. This is the first stage of any cryptocurrency or any network in general. You need people facilitating trades in order to make it a real platform where something is actually happening. So this is very good, and we saw this actually execute properly. So the next one we're looking at was Shelley, which is the decentralization era, which launched in 2020. And as you can see here, it was an integral part of Cardano's transition to better decentralization. The Shelley era in the roadmap will make way for better network participation among the Cardano community, which can be done by transferring more nodes under their own control. The Shelley era was put in place to make the network participation for Cardano better. This puts together the proof-of-stake system and it upgrades it in a way where Cardano holders can create staking pools and they can entitle it to the Cardano network and distribute it to people who are staking in the network, something called a reward system. This incentivizes the community to continue to be a part of the community by giving them rewards, but also building the ecosystem overall. As you can see, those first two eras were very, very focused on community, and that was the very, very important piece when it comes to the foundational aspects of any cryptocurrency ever. The next thing we have here is the smart contracts era, which is very, very important. It's a glue piece. So after you've built a foundation of users and people in the network, the next big thing was developers to create applications on this platform. So this is called the Guggen era. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. This is going to help improve the platform by introducing decentralized finance, which was seen on Ethereum's platform already. This era is developer-focused era. This is a building phase for Cardano in terms of applications that are going to be built on top of it, smart contract executions. This is going to be the bread and butter. We're going to see how this continues to get executed in the future. Moving on to the next one, which is Basho, the scaling era. This is where we are going to continue to build on top of the Cardano network. This is the final piece, which is called the Voltaire era, the governance era. This is going to bring a voting and treasury system to Cardano, which allows the users and participants to stake their votes to steer Cardano's future development in terms of where do people want the economy to go. So you can look at Cardano as basically an economy of its own that will be controlled by the people. So just gave a whole lot of information about what Cardano really is and where it stands. So now let's kind of compare it a little bit to some coins we already know. So we know Bitcoin, very famous one, number one in the markets. So in comparison to Bitcoin, we know Bitcoin doesn't quite have its very strong smart contract characteristic. But we do know Bitcoin is the ultimate store of value and hard currency in the cryptocurrency space. Cardano, on the other hand, is something that has smart contracts compared to Bitcoin, and this is going to allow more execution of different smart application contracts on Cardano's network. In addition to that, Cardano is strong in terms of the transaction speed. Bitcoin is less scalable than Cardano, so if Bitcoin wanted to build applications on it, it's going to be very difficult because, as you can see, the transaction speed for Bitcoin is 4.6, whereas Cardano's is 257, which is way faster than Bitcoin. Next, we're going to compare it to Ethereum, which is the closest thing to kind of compare it to. Cardano appears to be stronger than Ethereum in terms of the transaction speed as well as the transaction cost, because Ethereum, as we all know, is very expensive, especially when the Ethereum network is clogged up. So in addition to that, Cardano is supposed to be, in the future, more scalable for developers because of the coding accessibilities that it would have. So now let's talk a little bit about some tiny cons that I kind of found and I wanted to point out. So currently, today, the top 1,000 addresses hold 37% of the total supply of Cardano, and the top 10,000 addresses hold more than almost 70% of the supply. This is very large when it comes to the concentration of the Cardano wealth, I would say. I'm not sure how that number is going to continue to move, but I hope that number continues to spread out more, because in a system where, if they eventually want to make a voting system, 10,000 people having 68% of the control will really be leading the market in that way. So hopefully that is something that will be taken into consideration as this project continues to move forward. One thing that I found that was a benefit over Ethereum, so Mark Cuban, famous billionaire, was on Twitter basically having a conversation with Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano, about what value it had compared to its brother Ethereum. Hoskinson left Ethereum because he thought he could build something better than what the future was going to hold for Ethereum. He says here that Cardano has the first successful proof of stake system, and Ethereum still hasn't gotten there yet. As we all know, Ethereum is waiting for its Ethereum 2.0 upgrades, which is supposed to come by the end of the year, but we're going to stay tuned for that and see how that continues to go. And then he moves on to say that the security feature of its new smart contract system is also stronger. And lastly, Cardano is more developer friendly because it doesn't require the use of one programming language. And this is the reason why Ethereum is losing steam, because it requires one language for developers to learn, and a lot of people aren't quite learning that new language really. So anyways, it just goes to show Cardano is a very open platform in terms of what people could build on top of it. Let's talk about the Cardano ecosystem. As you can see here, it is growing pretty fast. We have a lot of different pieces in the ecosystem. As you can see here, some core organizations, which were the founding kind of organizations, kind of steering Cardano in the direction that it's currently going in. And then here is where we're sitting at in terms of enterprise and business ecosystem. So how it's currently working in today's age, the exchanges it's currently listed on, and so on and so forth. So in comparison, I wanted to show you a picture of what Ethereum's ecosystem is. As you can tell, Ethereum's ecosystem is much larger because it's had a long time in the market in terms of building out its application. So I'm not quite sure if Cardano is actually going to be an Ethereum killer. It does have some amazing pros to it in terms of the vision and the long-term goal that it has, as well as the transaction speed. But I'm not sure how much that pushes it over the edge when it comes to Ethereum killer. So we're going to talk finally about a price prediction. So we see here that Coinpedia predicts that Cardano could reach a high price of $10 by the end of the year. This is pretty bullish of a pick. I personally will be very excited to see it reach $10. This is an amazing project overall. I kind of get a picture of what they're trying to build here. So it seems like this could be very valuable if it actually comes to fruition. We're going to continue to take a look at this project and keep a close eye on it because, as you can see here, it is ranked number 4 in the cryptocurrency space. So it will have a huge impact in the trajectory of the crypto universe in the next couple of years. So this is definitely a project to continue to keep an eye on. As you can tell, the founder again was a co-founder of Ethereum, so it makes sense in a sense to keep an eye on what he's saying and what he's working on, because he was a part of the original Ethereum vision, and Ethereum, as we know, is the second largest cryptocurrency space that I believe actually will end up becoming the biggest cryptocurrency platform. So, Ethereum killer, will it? I'm not sure. What do you think in the comment section below? Do you think Cardano actually has the chance of eventually topping over Ethereum as the ecosystem continues to grow? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. This was a quick in-depth look at Cardano. If you like this video, make sure you smash that like button, because I will always be bringing you very, very insightful videos on the cryptocurrency market, giving you a closer look at specific projects that are very, very exciting, giving you more in-depth information, the numbers, the data, the actual facts. It was your boy Elijah on this video. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe as well, because you want to make sure you stay tuned for the next video that I have coming up and stay updated on what's going on. Anyways, thank you for stopping by in this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Don't speak to no one but the facts to the max.